Today's project is replacing a lower control arm on a 2004 Honda Civic. The car was being driven on a slick day, and the person who is driving it, who will remain unnamed, and it was not me, slid into a curb. It doesn't appear that the damage goes much beyond the lower control arm. It's really hard to see. You can see it's basically pushed back right there. That lower arm right in this spot here is bent. Okay, so this wheel, if the car should be straight ahead right now. The wheel's turned in like this, and the wheel is out like this. I already dropped the new rim and the old tire off to be swapped because it bent the rim, so it needs a new rim. I wish I would have kept that, because then you really could see how the bending happened. For this project, we're using genuine Honda parts. Everything from the control arm to the hubcap and the rim I got from a dealer online. The control arm was $126. An aftermarket was about $92, and I really just prefer to use genuine parts for especially this car because it's still in pretty good shape. If it was my old beater truck, I probably would have went with the cheaper stuff. The new hubcap was $15. I think even if I went and paid full retail for it from a dealer, it was something like $26-27. A used one on eBay was actually more money, and it had scratches on it. There's the old hubcap. Let's see what Emiril thinks of the situation. You want to take a look at it, Emiril? Oh, it's all f***ed up! First thing I'm going to try to do is get that sway bar link loose. Alright, it paid off. It actually paid off. When this car was brand new, I sprayed everything with undercoating and paint and oil. I tried to get every nut and bolt on the front suspension covered. I took the sway bar link off. The nut cracked loose. I've never had one come off this easy. Never. It's a 5-year-old car. It's driven in climate where we have to use salt on the roads. I've never had one come off this easy. It actually paid off. So my suggestion is, if you get a new car, I'd go and I'd spray all these nuts and bolts down with undercoating or like WD-40. I mean, look at this. I didn't put any heat to it or anything. That's just undercoating and dirt coming off. I have never had a look come off this easy on a 5-year-old car. It actually was worth it. Okay, the next thing I'm going to do is zip this ball joint nut off. Alright, that's off. Okay, now I'm going to use this pickle fork to remove the ball joint from the taper. I'm going to break the taper on the ball joint to the control arm. It's going to tear up the boot. I bought a new boot. Okay, I broke the ball joint loose. Now there's 2 bolts holding the control arm on. I'm going to zip those out. Okay, I got the old ball joint boot off. There's a metal ring in here, and this is sort of a press fit onto the knuckle. So what I'm going to have to do is put some grease in here. I just got my grease gun, and I'm going to use this socket, and I'm going to hammer this up onto there and get that seal reinstalled. Okay, I've packed grease around this ball joint, and now what I'm going to do is slide that on there and take my socket and go ahead and hammer that up till it's sealed. Okay, I've packed grease around this ball joint, and now what I'm going to do is slide that on there and take my socket and go ahead and hammer that up till it's sealed.